Hi, it's Gouache with Anne, and today I'm painting in Montreal, in Old Montreal, and I'll be painting a historical tugboat down on the Lachine Canal. I always find it nice to put down some color and to block in some of the bigger areas of color just to kind of get me started. As I don't really have to do this. I can go in right away and start painting the trees in the background and the water more accurately. But it loosens me up a bit, and I know that with gouache I can always go over everything. So it gives me a kind of an idea of where the greens are going, and that I've got that blue sky in the background, although it's not blue, it's so blue, it's kind of a gray blue. And yeah, so that's how I normally start a painting. In this painting, I'm going to start by painting the focus point. And no, I don't always do this, but it depends on how prominent the focus point is. And in this one, it's the main character. So I like to kind of get into place and establish the red, which is really important to this painting because it's part of the reflections in the water and it adds a lot of drama to it. So here you can see now I've done the red, I've done the black, and I can leave it at this point and I'll add all the details at a later stage. The sidewalk is pretty much just one color. It's very plain, so I can just paint it solid, but I want to get the texture of it and I want to get a sense of the materials. So after I put down the main base color, I add a bunch of different colors of the same shade on top so that it gives that texture feeling. When it comes to doing reflections, it's really important to know that the reflection extends about the same width as the object itself. So that's about how far you need to go down into the water. And the other part is that the reflections will extend in a straight line. So what I'm trying to do here is to get the color in place, and then I know that afterwards, because gouache is opaque, I can go on top and I can add all the more variations of the color, and that will make it a lot more interesting and more similar to what is actually happening, because every time there's a variation, it's usually because there's a little bit of wind or a ripple in the water. Now I'm going to start working on the trees in the background, and I'm going to make sure that they frame the tugboat so they'll be darker than the tugboat itself. And then afterwards I'll go in and add light and dark green to the trees in the background too. You can see when you look at the reference picture that a large part of the water is reflecting the green trees in the background, of course, as well as the tugboat. So what I like to do here is I like to do the reflections quite dark, and then I will put light on top of them. You can see here that as I work on the foliage in the background, I can use the same colors and put them in the reflections in the water. Putting the tree branch in is important because it frames the picture and helps the eye to move towards the tugboat. It gives it a better sense of depth because it's in the foreground, and then you've got all the other elements further back. When I start working on the details, I ask myself, what are the most important features that I should keep in and which ones should I leave out? So for the tugboat, one of the things I really like is the white railing, and I think it's a really nice contrast to the red background, so definitely want to put that in. And I like the windows, and there's some that are kind of circular, so keep those in too, as well as the tires that are on the sides of the tugboat itself. One of the last things I like to do is add some white highlights, and if I need to put some sky holes so you can see a little bit of the blue showing through the trees, it really adds some nice sparkle, and especially for a small painting, it's a nice feature. So thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button below if you don't want to miss out on any new videos. Comment if you have any questions and I'd be happy to answer them. Like the video and keep watching either the next video on the left or playlist on the right. See you next time.